Fort Mill is increasing in growth by leaps and bounds through population, housing, technology, and commerce. Danny Funderburk is the best candidate to embrace this growth and provide proactive leadership.
We're looking for an opportunity to give proactive leadership to the town of Fort Mill, and as our motto says, a new perspective on the challenges that we're all facing. And I think it's of utmost importance right now with Fort Mill at this particular point in Fort Mill's timeline that we get away from reactive leadership and transition into proactive leadership. Understanding that even with proactive leadership, you can't necessarily make things better in 6 months or even 1 year. But we can lay the foundation and we can make some very positive things happen by setting the table to let the town receive the blessings that we all see that we're blessed with.
You know, Fort Mill is a very exciting and special place that we live, but we are at a very critical juncture in terms of our development as a community. Danny Funderburk, as mayor, he possesses the knowledge, those special leadership qualities, and more importantly, the ability to lead this community forward.
I recommend Danny Funderburk for mayor because he is a businessman, he's a family man, he's progressive, and he'll do what's right for Fort Mill. It's time for a change.
We need an individual that understands Fort Mill, understands the way Fort Mill works, knows where we've been, knows where we need to go. And an individual like Danny Funderburk, who has been here his whole life but has been exposed to the growth into the Charlotte region, is clearly the right person to lead us through this growth.
I want to run for mayor not just for change or change's sake, but because I want to change the direction that the town is moving in. The downtown area, in my opinion, is dying on the vine. And the only way that we can address it is to think creatively, think outside the box, and involve an influx of fresh talent with fresh ideas and a new perspective on some of these issues that we're facing now.
Danny wants to improve the communication within our town, with the town employees, with the citizens, the school board, and other government agencies. I think this is important because if we don't communicate, then things will not go in a positive direction and it will affect all of us in a negative way.
Leaders like Danny Funderburk in Fort Mill are going to need to have a vision for the future and a vision that will bring economic development. Folks are wanting to have an attractive destination, and Fort Mill can be that for shoppers here in the community, for people to spend their money. Good economic development simply means that it brings the opportunity for jobs. It allows folks to have the resources, as the town would have the resources here, to be able to go ahead and provide for the citizens of this community. And I believe that's important. And I believe that that's where Danny Funderburk will be an asset to the town of Fort Mill as mayor.
As you take a look at some of the successes of Greenville, South Carolina, when you take a look at some of the successes of Union, South Carolina, Morganton, North Carolina, a large measure of what they've done will translate well to Fort Mill. Understanding there's some economies of scale and there's some differences and unique differences in the community itself. But when you take a look at what has worked for them, we can take some of those components and we can utilize some of those components along with some of the unique characteristics of Fort Mill, some of the flexibility that this new influx of talent will bring, and we can come up with our own template for success for the downtown area. The time is right for proactive leadership in Fort Mill, and as mayor of Fort Mill, I'll bring a strong commitment to the strategic planning process. We'll work hard to bring positive change in growth management, economic development and downtown revitalization, communication, and transportation. But we need your help to do it. We need your vote on November the 6th.